joining me now, Eric Berndt, Schaeffler Mobility and Electrification Technologies Engineer.
Yes.
Big title.
It is, it's a big mouthful.
Big job. Tell us about Schaeffler. What do you guys do?
So most folks might recognize Schaeffler as one of the world's leading bearing manufacturers with our ENA, FAG, and Berndt families. But we're much more than that with a lot of developments and business ventures we've gotten into between our industrial and our automotive divisions. Today we kind of capture everything under our umbrella motto of "We Pioneer Motion." So what does that look like? It'll include actuators, both rotary and linear. We have sensors that go along with those types of actuators. Our e-mobility platform with e-machines, hybrid modules, e-axles. On the engine side, we have valve train components, cam phasers, thermal management systems, and belt drive systems. It keeps going on and on. So many different types of solutions and products. Again, all under the umbrella of "We Pioneer Motion."
And so what are you highlighting here at CONEXPO?
Again, challenging question. So our team did a fantastic job of trying to capture a lot of those technologies, especially the ones interesting for the customers here at the show. So that includes topics in our electrification area, which includes our actuator solutions, again, both rotary and linear, our sensorized products that we'll be presenting today. We have a lot of displays for our new e-mobility topics, and it's been a lot of interest in that area, again, including e-machines, hybrid modules, e-axles. We have also our additional, we'll say our more traditional products on the engine side. We have valve train components, belt drive systems, torsional dampers. The list goes on. It's a huge display.
You just went through the whole product, right? Library. Oh no, there's more.
There's more. These are the ones interesting for the show.
Right. That's a lot to see at the booth for sure.
Yeah.
Schaeffler is really focused on helping companies decarbonize. Why is that so important to you all, and how are you making it more approachable for customers?
That's really a big challenge. The second part of your question, of course. So the first part, yes, there's a very strong interest. Everybody is on this path and looking for those technologies and solutions. But how do you make it approachable? And that's really difficult. We have a very large automotive presence and a lot of technologies, but it's not always possible to develop the same things you develop for 500,000 cars a year for industrial application that's using tens of thousands. So the way we approach it is we try to take those core technologies, but then we adapt them and create modular kits that can be adapted and implemented for our customers in their lower volume needs. But more specifically, they're also tailored to the specific requirements of the market. So for example, on the e-mobility side, we have, again, e-machines designed for passenger cars, which is nice. You hop in your passenger car, you hit the accelerator, and then you get up to speed and you back off. In commercial equipment, you get into your machine, you put down the throttle, and you leave it there. So it's a very different operating environment, very different needs. So what we did is we developed a family of torque or e-machines that have our high torque design as well as our high power design, and then those designs can then be segregated or modified as needed. We can adapt the axial length, we can change the winding patterns inside, and we can make other adaptations to make it easy to implement that specific machine in our customer's product. Another example is our thermal management solution. Again, it's a technology that was developed for automotive, but we've seen a really strong interest and need in the off-highway market for this type of technology. And again, we created a modular toolkit. You can pick your port size, you can pick your voltage level, you pick your communication, and it's already off the shelf. We just package it all together and ship it off and solve our customers' needs with that.
Nice little bow.
Yeah, very simple.
Let's go up a little higher, 30,000 foot view for sustainability. What is Schaeffler doing in that space to offer a great solution for customers?
That one's a great topic for us because decarbonization is like the entry ticket to the whole dialogue, but sustainability is the next level. It's what are you doing as an organization to bring everything together? And that's something that we focus very heavily on, and even our CEO, Klaus Rosenfeld, has taken a very personal interest in this specific topic, and we have a large number of motivations or programs in place to achieve our goals, which includes carbon neutrality by 2040, as well as looking at CO2 reduction throughout our entire supply chain, not just at the single level. So for some of our specific goals in 2020 or 2022, all of our European and Chinese facilities were running on entirely renewable energy. By 2024, all our facilities will be on renewable energies. and we have additional programs, again, looking at the entire supply chain. If you think about it, in the automotive world, they talk about well to wheel, meaning extracting the oil from the ground until you drive your car down the road. What's the total efficiency? And sustainability is the same thing. You have to look beyond just the product you're making. You have to look at the raw materials going into it. So you have to look at extracting that material, that raw material, the processing, the transportation costs. Everything builds up into the carbon footprint. So these are the things we look at, and we've made some really exciting investments in that area. We've invested in 2021, we made a commitment to purchase 100,000 metric tons of decarbonized steel from a company based in Sweden called eGreen Steel. So that's exciting, that'll start in 2027. And then last year, we formed a joint venture with a company called Ecotech out of Norway. And their focus is on developing solutions for rare earth oxides, because that's really a critical element for all e-mobility applications, and one of the key items to improve sustainability for our customers. So at the end of the day, we realize it's not only about sustainability, and you might look at it as saying, oh, it's a moral imperative, it's a other imperative, but really it's about also doing good business. Our customers need this, our customers are looking for it. We're looking from our supply base, and now we're also seeing our customers are asking us to provide the same level support to help them meet their decarbonization goals and their sustainability goals.
Critical, what I just heard from you too, is not siloed, right? Mm-hmm. Because if it's siloed, really it doesn't matter what's going on the other ends if you're not really focusing on that. You're really taking a full global picture on it.
We have. And it's
fantastic.
Great to be part of a company doing that.
Right?
Yeah.
Autonomous vehicles, huge buzz topic as well.
It is.
What does Schaeffler see for the future of this technology, and how does electrification contribute to that?
Again, we see a very bright future. It's growing leaps and bounds for us. A number of years ago, we formed a joint venture with a company in Germany called Paravan, and their focus is on modifying vehicles to make them possible for people with disabilities and limitations to operate them safely. And the core technology they developed is a device called Space Drive, which is really hard to describe, but in a simple analogy, think of it as riding a bicycle, and there's a bolt that attaches your handlebars to your steering forks, and if that bolt loosens up and you turn your handlebars to the right and your wheel goes straight, you have a little problem. So it's the same thing when you get into autonomy. You have electrical devices talking to each other, and if that signal breaks down and goes cattywampus on us, then bad things happen. So what Space Drive does is it provides a very robust solution to give us a clear signal and a robust signal between the HMI device as well as the actuator performing the motion. And why is that also important? Because we talk about the actuators that go with this. So, to make this autonomy happen, you have to have devices doing things that humans might have been doing with their hands and feet.
Right.
So you have to have new types of actuators that don't exist today, and different types of actuators, and they'll have different requirements than they're used to. So a lot of times packaging space is going to be very important. We need to have reliability, of course, and efficiency, because often these are in battery electric vehicles. And likewise, you also need to have the bidirectional communication. So you need to have a smart device where you can send it a signal saying, okay, move out 3 millimeters. And not only does it move out 3 millimeters, it sends a note back to the controller saying, I just moved out 3 millimeters.
I moved out 3 millimeters,
Or more importantly, I didn't.
Right.
And there's a problem.
Right, right.
So those kinds of things are all really important. And we've seen that, and so we've built up a very modular solution to provide that capability within our family of actuators, both rotary and linear, that can then be adapted to meet the requirements for autonomous control.
I don't even know if I could ask this question, but I'm going to, because all the innovations, partnerships that you already mentioned, what else is in the future? What other great technologies are possible coming from Schaeffler?
Wow, that's also fun. But I would say, let me even revert back to our traditional products, our conventional products. There's a lot of fun things going on there. You think, oh, bearings, is there anything new in bearings? Actually, there is. There's a lot of new things going on in bearings that we're focusing on. On the maintenance side and the ownership side, we have our lifetime solutions. So we've introduced our uptime condition monitoring solution, as well as our Concept 1 automatic lubricators. And what they're focused on is balance of plant monitoring. So this is monitoring those pieces of equipment in your plant that normally would have been overlooked because it's just too expensive. So this is a low-cost way to monitor all those little bits and pieces throughout your entire process, any one of which can bring your entire line down. So those solutions are really exciting and fun. We have our new series of X-Life 233 series spherical roller bearings. And what that does is these are designed specifically for vibratory applications, very, very demanding, hard applications. And with the X-Life solution, we're able to reduce the operating friction and also increase the durability and the load capacity of the bearings up to 15 to 20%. So big improvements on that. And for conveyor applications, we have our new super tack seals. Again, what's fun about a seal? But they're fun. It's really cool. It's a non-contact seal. And it allows you to not have a contact. What they often run into is you have wear between a traditional taconite seal and the shaft, and that causes problems for the conveyor operators and owners. We eliminate that. Plus, by having a floating seal, it allows the conveyors to run at higher speeds and also with more misalignment. So, some really great solutions that we find also, maybe not in the exciting worlds of electromobility and automation, but still really important and critical and
super necessary.
Absolutely.
Well, Eric, we could talk all day, clearly. There's a lot to talk about with Schaeffler. Obviously, people should come by to the booth, see you, talk to you, ask all these great questions. Thank you so much for coming by.
And thank you as well. It was great chatting with you.